Celebrating and mourning an icon. The world today is paying tribute to American country music superstar Dolly Parton. She died yesterday at the age of 80, leaving the world with memories of beautiful tunes from I Will Always Love You to Coat of Many Colors to Jolene. Dolly Parton wowed the world with her musical career. And tonight here on the Prime Edition, we say, we will always love you, Dolly. Good evening and thank you for joining us. You're tuning in live from Broadcasting House. My name is O'Brien Kimani. This is the Prime Edition. We have everything from sports to general news, and it's all coming up here after the highlights.
Leo nimekuja hapa na shilingi bilioni 2 na milioni 600 kulipa hawa watu 13,000, na hakuna mtu kule Mau kukata miti pale, itakuwa ni rasilimali.
Mau now resolved. President William Ruto assures the title deed has been secured and the matter politicized. Missed equalization fund targets. Treasury Cabinet Secretary uptake in marginalized counties is underwhelming, calls for a review of policies. And preparing for El Nino. Government calls for early action ahead of October, November, December short rain season. Karen Joroge is our sign language interpreter. My name is O'Brien Kimani. We are live from Broadcasting House. Welcome to the newscast. President William Ruto says the Mau forest issue will no longer be politicized, following its formal securing through a title deed that has since been presented to the Narok County government. Speaking after allocating 2.6 billion shillings to over 13,000 residents who will relocate to protect the water catchment area, President Ruto stated that the expansive forest will be fenced to protect it from encroachment.
On the last day of his two-day development tour in Narok, President William Ruto and a host camped in and drumming up support for the Kenya Kwanza administration ahead of the 2027 polls.
Kwa hivyo nyinyi mnasemaje? Ati mnasemaje?
The president further announced that the government has resolved the Mau forest issue.
Leo nimekuja hapa na shilingi bilioni 2 na milioni 600 kulipa hawa watu 13,000. Kila mtu achukue 1,200 yake, aende nyumbani, ajipange na apange maisha yake. Na hakuna mtu tena Mau kukata miti pale, itakuwa ni rasilimali.
Na tukaweza kukuja na title deed ambayo imenunuliwa na serikali.
Leo umekuja hapa eti wale watu walifurushwa Mau na wengi wao hawana boma, hawana pahali ya kusika, hata mtu akikufa, hata mtu akiwa na kazi yoyote hawezi jenga.
Hii ndio maana wananchi wanachagua serikali. Wanachagua serikali ili iweze kumaliza shida zao zote zile ambazo wako nao.
Moreover, the head of state assured the residents of Emirua Dikir and the larger Transmara East sub-county of enhanced surveillance.
Mambo ya vita imetosha. Mambo ya vijana hapa kupiganishwa imetosha. Mambo ya wananchi kugawanywa imetosha. Mimi nataka niulize viongozi wa hapa waungane. Na hiyo maneno ya goons na nini tutamalizana nayo.
During the development tour, the Mamboleo Modern Market that will house more than 250 traders laid the foundation stone. Kenya Medical Training College Student Village. President Ruto also laid the groundwork for the Johanna Ngeno University hostels, and he launched the Mogondo Charamgoi Road. Abdiaziz Hashim for Prime Edition.
And Kenya has pledged to strengthen quality infrastructure by offering land for the construction of a permanent headquarters for the African Organization for Standardization, ARSO, in Nairobi. Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki says the facility is meant to strengthen standards, boost intra-African trade, and advance the continent's industrialization agenda.
At the 32nd African Organization for Standardization General Assembly in Mombasa, the Deputy President reaffirmed Kenya's commitment to continue hosting ARSO, whose headquarters is in Nairobi, saying a purpose-built facility will enable the organization to expand its operations and better serve Africa.
Kenya will make available adequate and appropriate land of a permanent fit-for-purpose ARSO headquarters. The organization with a home commensurate with its continental mandate and responsibilities. Thank you. Thank you very much. It is this is going to be Kenya's investment in the future of African standardization.
Kenya will also host the International Organization for Standardization, ISO, annual meeting in 2028, positioning the country as a key player in shaping global quality standards. Professor Kindiki challenged delegates at the 5-day General Assembly to develop a strategy that accelerates harmonized standards across Africa.
Standards are not simply, they are an instrument of transformation through which quality becomes measurable, competitiveness and innovation becomes scalable. Is the Kenya we are preparing to build towards 20, and that is the Africa we 63.
He held the Kigali Agreement signed last year, saying a single test and certificate recognized across Africa would eliminate costly duplication and unlock the full potential of the African Continental Free Trade Area.
The African Continental Free Trade Area, in which context we are harmonizing the Africa as a huge market, billion people, an economy, combined GDP of 3.4 trillion, which is an open door for prosperity, economic sovereignty for Africa. You just need to sell your item to one African.
The 32nd ARSO General Assembly has brought together delegates from 44 African countries to deliberate on strengthening standards as the catalyst for intra-African trade and industrialization.
A product should not lose the credit simply because it has closed, and a competent laboratory to start from zero every time close into another jurisdiction. Manufacturer should not have to repeat the same conformity to different authorities when the technical basis of that conformity is already trusted. And the certificate stops being, it becomes the passport for trade.
In looking at how a finally grow the country into the region and over, first thing that they must be able to get, that they can go beyond their own. These are not given the certified. When their products don't have recognition in the immediate market, then their growth is. Therefore, Your Excellency, delegates here in present, also be how we can increase SMEs.
Looking at standardization bodies as enablers for trade, our council has reiterated that we don't have products to trade on. Now the main focus will be also helping to get product to trade on.
Prime Edition.
Applause once again.
And Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi says the equalization arrears have hit 67 billion shillings, representing 75.2% of total entitlement since its inception. Mbadi, who appeared before the National Assembly, admitted that the initiative has failed to meet its targets for marginalized regions, calling for a review of guidelines governing the fund.
With electricity, water, roads and health being the services meant to benefit from the Equalization Fund in marginalized counties, CS John Mbadi revealed that the implementation was underwhelming.
By the end of the financial year ended 30th June 2026, cumulative disbursements to beneficiary county governments amounted to 6,924,402,672.
Out of the funds disbursed in 2025-2026 financial year, only 13 counties out of 34 beneficiaries had absorbed the monies up to 90% to 100%.
However, 7 counties had recorded nil absorption, including Bomet, Busia, Elgeyo Marakwet, Garissa, Kericho, Lamu, and Trans Nzoia counties.
But lawmakers raised concern over the arrears totaling to 67 billion, even as they questioned the rationale of increasing the beneficiaries from 14 counties to 34.
We are looking at counties that have been marginalized for so many years. A county where from corner 1 to corner 2 has no tarmac. A county where water is scarce from corner 1 to corner 2. We cannot have pockets of a county which is developed but only a ward. Then we include it to spread thin this money, Madam Speaker.
And I'm not passing judgment on this House, but we have also noticed that any time when we have supplementary budget revisions, even without being proposed from the National Treasury, the National Assembly is usually very quick in removing Equalization Fund.
MPs, however, pointed an accusing finger to county bosses over the poor implementation of projects, saying governors are misusing the funds.
There is no iota of even one project of equalization in Wajir, and I want to be challenged. To that extent, I want to declare equalization as dead. Dead completely. Don't waste your money. It's a cash cow for governors. It's a cash cow for governors. Let's call a spade a spade.
Why Honorable Kimani is saying it has become a cash cow? Because a governor identifies that they will fund the construction of a borehole in a certain locality using the equalization fund, then they equally budget the same through their shareable revenue. And that is where the stealing comes from.
But as to whether this fund has met its objective as questioned by Lesuda, largely not.
The CES was keen to indicate that the project has not met its intended purpose, indicating there is need to review policies governing the fund. Kamche Menza for Prime Edition.
Well, you're watching the Prime Edition live from our national headquarters, and of course we're taking a short break and we're coming back with more stories, including how the government plans to deal with Goonism around the country. Stay right here.
Bet Chessman on for the next game.
Yeah? You sure?
Yes.
Hey, there they are. Ah, very handsome.
Oh, cool. Is a little nervous.
Don't mention me. Don't mention me. I feel a lot of people are watching me. Focus on the big screen. Don't.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kenya.
Wake up with Good Morning Kenya, the morning show that's got it all.
We dive deep into issues
shaping our country.
Youth are a voice of a nation.
What is the next step for the young people?
Unpacking political landscape from Monday to Wednesday.
We discuss family matters.
It is very important to guard your relationship.
And for your health.
Someone doesn't wake up and they become an addict. It's in stages.
We've got you covered each and every Tuesday at 9 a.m.
Every Wednesday, it's all about The Viewpoint.
A day in politics is like 1,000 years.
Unpacking the biggest stories of the week, getting you insights and getting you ready for your day.
And the package is not yet done. I get to fix your Thursday with some entertainment. Entertainment Thursday, it is.
Good morning, Kenya.
We shape your day.
Good Morning Kenya. Every weekday morning on KBC Channel 1.
And Deputy Inspector General of Police Eliud Langat says police will crack down on goons used by criminal elements disguising as politicians to terrorize Kenyans. Speaking after meeting police commanders in Nairobi region, Langat said the police force is developing security strategies to deal with emerging trends and wipe out marauding gangs in the city.
The Deputy Inspector General of Police on Wednesday held a high-level meeting with top police bosses in the city. The meeting comes in the wake of a resurgence of organized gangs and goons now roaming political meetings and terrorizing innocent Kenyans.
And I want to ask the youth not to allow themselves to be used, and any other Kenyan not to allow to be used by being hired or something of that nature to destabilize the peace and tranquility, especially as we head towards election.
Lagat promising a coordinated crackdown on the criminal elements to restore sanity in the city.
I want to appeal to all the citizens and to all the good people of this country that let's see beyond politics, let's see beyond normal, these criminal things.
The DIG warning that goons and gangs will not be used to instill fear among peace-loving Kenyans. Lagat called on all criminal justice players to play their parts for public safety and order.
Goons are criminals. They could be robbers, they could be snatchers, they could be thieves. So we have enough laws that guide these people. We just need to put in pressure and to ask all the criminal justice system to play their part to manage these goons.
The meeting came just 2 days before the police service receives additional 10,000 officers who will be graduating this Friday.
Well, a call for stronger collaboration among different stakeholders and players in entrenching peace ahead of the 2027 general election resonated during the Inter-Religious Leaders National Consultative Forum on Peaceful Elections that took place in Nairobi. Speakers at the forum, led by National Cohesion and Integration Commission Chairperson Dr. Kefa Omai, warned politicians against spewing hate, saying the Commission will not relent in taking decisive action.
With only 349 days remaining before Kenyans go to the ballot, a section of religious leaders has raised concern on the heightened political intolerance in the country. During the Inter-Religious Leaders Consultative Forum on Peaceful Election that took place in Nairobi, stakeholders warned that if the current state of affairs continues, the country is likely to witness anarchy.
We, the NCIC, the IRCK, and the World Vision Kenya and participating faith leaders hereby commit to, number one, promoting political tolerance, responsible leadership, and peaceful participation.
We particularly call upon political leaders to reject the use of violence, intimidation, ethnic mobilization, and goonism as instruments of political competition.
They vowed to strengthen early warning, mediation, and rapid response to prevent the eruption of violence.
We will adopt a simple framework for monitoring, reporting, and reviewing progress, mobilize resources with government and development partners, and convene regular reviews to assess implementation and respond to emerging risks.
We call upon national and county governments, institutions, security agencies, the media, civil society, development partners, and all Kenyans to join us in this collective national commitment to ensure that the 2027 campaign period and the general elections are peaceful, credible, inclusive, and violence-free.
Emphasizing the importance of countering hate speech, misinformation, and disinformation, they pledge to provide a conducive environment for youth and marginalized communities dialogue.
Faith leaders and youth influencers will be trained in digital literacy, identification of hate speech, misinformation, disinformation, and AI-generated content.
Tunaomba ya kwamba wanasiasa muheshimu NCIC wakati mmeitwa kwa ajili ya kujibu, mkaweze kuja, na msipokuja tutawataja, tutawaibisha kwa nchi nzima, na tutaomba IEBC isiweze kukilia mtu kama huyo kusimama kiti chochote Kenya, hata kama ni MCA.
The forum comes just a day after the National Cohesion and Integration Commission, NCIC, launched the Roadmap to Violence-Free 2027 dubbed Uchaguzi Bila Noma.
And we already seen intolerance, goonism, dangerous speech, misinformation, ethnic mobilization, and growing polarization. For us as NCIC, the question is no longer what will we do when the election comes. That is not the question. Our question is what are we doing now?
Timothy Kipnusu for Prime Edition.
Also, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has called on foreign nations and development partners to support Kenya's effort to hold peaceful general election in 2027. In a meeting with representatives of foreign nations in Nairobi, Mudavadi cautioned against funding activities meant to disrupt law and order in the country during the electioneering period.
As Kenya prepares for the 2027 general election, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has made a passionate appeal to the diplomatic community to support the government's effort to conduct peaceful polls.
The engagements that we have should not be engagements that more tensions in the landscape of Kenya's politics, but that which will appreciate the diversity of opinion and choice.
Mudavadi said foreign missions and development partners funding civil societies and election programs should support programs, peaceful participation, and a united country after the election.
The civil society engagements that will be funding to undertake programs related to elections. I would appeal that you make the whole violence-free process.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Cabinet Secretary spoke during the launch of the Foreign Resource Mobilization Strategy, expecting US approximately 3.9 billion shillings operations between 2026 and 2029. According to the Foreign Service Academy Acting Director General Ambassador Patrick Wamoto, the institution faces a significant resource gap and challenges that require new partnership and additional funding.
We welcome partnerships that will enable us to develop innovative training programs, strengthen research and knowledge production, support digital transformation, develop faculty, enhance infrastructure, academies reach within Kenya and beyond.
Joseph Ohungu, Prime Edition.
The government is calling for early action ahead of the October, November, December short rain season, with the forecast indicating above average rainfall in 3/4 of the country. That story is coming up shortly. But before we go there, let's first of all take you through a different story, but I'm being informed that that story is finally here with us, where the government is calling for earlier action ahead of the October, November, December short rain season, with the forecast indicating above average rainfall in 3/4 of the country amid prevailing El Nino conditions. Officials say while the rains could boost agriculture, water availability and pasture, they could also trigger floods, landslide and other weather-related hazards.
The call was made at the close of the 13th National Climate Outlook Forum, where stakeholders were urged to translate climate information into practical early action. Speaking during the release of the October, November and December 2026 forecast, Principal Secretary for Environment and Climate Change Festus Ngeno said the government remains committed to strengthening climate services, early warning systems and climate action.
We need to build long-term resilience. Let's use the climate information and the lessons from each season to strengthen adaptation, climate risk management, and sustainable development planning.
The PS said teams led by the National Disaster Operations Center and the Ministry of Interior have been mapping safe areas across the country where communities affected by flooding can be evacuated.
Kenya Meteorological Service Authority have indicated as of today, 26th of August, that the indicators for El Nino rains are very active, positive 2.7, 98% chance and 96% chance of a very strong El Nino. So government is not sleeping on it. We are working to make sure that we prepare early and save on cost, save on livelihoods as we wait for the rains.
We'll issue the monthly forecast for September before the month ends around 31st. So that one will give updates and areas that will be covered with this rain that will start. But mainly we'll have the rain starting from the western part of the country.
The negative impacts, there will be disease outbreaks, including vector and waterborne diseases, including malaria, cholera, diarrheal diseases, and other diseases like chikungunya and dengue fever. The mitigation measures or response will be epidemic preparedness and response, disease surveillance and response, repositioning of medical commodities and equipment.
With the forecast indicating the country will receive high amounts of rainfall, the PS warned the rising water levels in the Rift Valley lakes pose an environmental catastrophe.
The threat of the meeting of the two lakes of Lake Baringo and Lake Bogoria. In 2020-2021, the distance separation between the two lakes were around 15 kilometers. As we speak, we are talking about less than 9 kilometers separation between the two lakes, and only less than a meter before the lakes tip and meet.
He said teams have already been sent to Lake Baringo and Lake Bogoria to assess the situation and advise the government. Michael Mondiga for Prime Edition.
The wait. KBC Iko Huduma Center starting. Kupata huduma za KBC imekuwa rahisi. From digital guidance and signet services to booking of commercial adverts and documentaries, visit our dedicated desks at Huduma Center GPO, Times Square, Makadara, Kibera or Eastleigh. Tunakungoja hapo. Whether it's a casual announcement or a specialized media solution for your business, we are here to serve you. KBC at Huduma Centers, moving closer to you. Your station.
Gaela Tikaya la patrona, Gilda Sambendengese.
For the men and women, Mboni Matatu. 1, KBC Channel 1. 2, Saturday. And 3. Rumba. Nimeingia ndani ya nyumba, ndani ya kipindi, nikupatie miziki ya rumba. Every Saturday from 10 p.m. to midnight. Fumu Kimbangu, the Rumba Supreme Leader, alongside mwenyewe Rumba ya PDG ndani KBC Channel 1, Toleka.
Lights on, volume up. This is where stories come alive. From local drama that hits close to home.
Huyu ni nani? Alinivamia akiwa na vijana wengine wawili. Toka nje. Hii nyumba yako. Yote ni porojo.
To international series everyone's talking about. Stories that pull you in. Characters you won't forget.
Stop complaining and just get out of here. Go now, go.
We turn up the volume with music that moves, showcases rising stars, and bring the beat straight to your living room. And when it's time to talk, we don't hold back.
How is everything going?
Real conversations, big personalities, the issues, the loves, the moment everyone's debating the next day. Every show, every night, different voices, one destination. This is television that feels alive, unpredictable, and missable.
Welcome back. A section of Orange Democratic Movement allied members of parliament has hit back at Democracy for the Citizens Party DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua over his recent remarks on the Nyanza region's political direction, accusing him of attempting to rewrite his political history and portray himself as a friend of a region whose leaders he previously criticized. This comes even as DCP leader now claims the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission is divided over an irregular award of a tender for the elections information management system.
Led by semi member of parliament James Nyikal, the lawmakers said Nyanza would not be treated as a political block of votes to be captured by ethnic brokers. 7 general elections. For Citizens Party DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua, the MPs warned that Nyanza region would make its political decisions based on its interests, leadership, and democratic convictions.
While Mr. Gachagua is entitled to pursue his political ambitions and seek support in every part of Kenya, he must understand that Nyanza is neither politically naive nor afflicted by collective amnesia.
We don't want provocation, and we react very poorly to provocation. And if Honorable Gachagua, I think he has given up on Nyanza. He's not going to try us.
ODM!
Similar sentiments against the DCP leader were made in Vitengeni area in Ganze sub-county, Kilifi County, by coast leaders led by Mining Cabinet Secretary Ali Hassan Joho.
Usinijaribu mimi ni mdomo wangu ni noma, my friend. Ukija kinoma noma, ukija kimbaya mbaya.
Meanwhile, in Laikipia County, former Parliament Speaker Francis Ole Kaparo has demanded that the government must firmly deal with the rising cases of political goonism.
To protect the country, you must be firm and fair and even-handed.
Similarly, the Coast Interfaith Council of Clerics have raised concerns over emerging political tensions in the country ahead of the 2027 general elections.
CICC trusts reminds all political actors our youth are not political weapons.
This comes as DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua now claims the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission IEBC is divided over an irregular award of tender for elections information management system.
Mr. Chairman and your Vice Chairman, Fahima Arfat Abdallah, have been compromised as the drivers of this tender process against the concurrence and the wishes of the other commissioners.
Yishu Kiwashira, Prime Edition.
Elsewhere, government spokesperson Charles Owino has taken a firm and defensive stance on critical state policies and government track records. In his debut media briefing since taking office, Owino welcomed open debate for government critics while defending the administration's record on human rights, health reforms and natural disaster preparedness.
do the first.
Government spokesperson Charles Owino set a tone of openness, challenging critics and media houses to objectively scrutinize state policies.
You must ask us hard questions, both government and opposition, because this is a democracy. We must have government at every time. We must have opposition at every time. But you must ask us hard questions. We must collaborate all our sentiments with facts and with data. If we don't do that, then we are going to fail on our responsibility.
Owino observed that as the country marks Katiba Day on Thursday, August 27, 2026, the government remains a great defender of human rights amid allegations of police brutality during civil protests.
We have had a situation in this country that when we call for peaceful demonstrations, as provided for in the Constitution, to demonstrate peaceably and unarmed, what happens? What do you see? People burning tires on the road. If truly the government is bad and the government is stopping you from peaceably demonstrating, then you can walk away.
The government spokesperson also addressed emergency response ahead of the anticipated El Nino, are mobilizing evacuations in high-risk areas of the country.
The government has asked people to move to higher places with help of county governments. So this is going on, much sensitization is going on. County government is helping the national government, and national government is putting in measures. You can see even Nairobi, a lot of, we are doing a lot of water channels, isn't it? Yeah, a lot of work is going on to try and manage issues of El Nino.
Owino, a former police spokesperson, was appointed a month ago, replacing Dr. Isaac Mwaura. Joy Nami reporting for Prime Edition.
As spokes have said,
hello and welcome. It's time for Essential Business News with me, Alan Auko. We begin with this first story where technology has widened financial access through cooperatives, but rising cybersecurity threats are creating fresh risks for the cooperative movement. Cooperatives Principal Secretary Patrick Lemi says persistent governance weaknesses alongside inadequate cybersecurity safeguards continue to slow growth despite digital gains.
The cooperative movement in Kenya has an asset base of 1.2 trillion shillings and impacts millions of Kenyans. To support growth, Cooperatives Principal Secretary Patrick Lemi is calling for strengthening of governance and cybersecurity.
The cooperative sector is changing rapidly. Technology is creating new opportunities to reach underserved communities, reduce the cost of financial services, and improve service delivery. At the same time, it is introducing risks related to cybersecurity, data protection, fraud, and operational resilience.
He made the remarks when he welcomed the African Confederation of Cooperative Savings and Credits Association, ACOSCA, into the diplomatic community.
Our combined strength can achieve far more than any of us can accomplish alone. Cooperative Bank of Kenya cannot do it alone. CAK cannot do it alone. CIC cannot do it. SASTRA can't do it alone. The government can't do it alone. You cannot do it alone. But imagine if we combine our forces, we can be the strongest movement to empower the continent.
We expect ACOSCA to use this enhanced position to promote sound governance, responsible innovation, consumer protection, and financial stability for our SACCOs and indeed for our credit unions.
Data shows that cooperatives have advanced over 950 billion shillings in loans to members.
Meanwhile, plans are underway to commission 8 county aggregation and industrial parks as part of efforts to accelerate value addition, boost local manufacturing and expand market opportunities for farmers. Deputy President Kithure Kindiki says the facilities are being linked to critical infrastructure and amenities to improve production capacity, attract investment and boost export of value-added products.
The government plans to leverage the county aggregation and industrial parks to operationalize a number of signed international trade agreements. Deputy President Kithure Kindiki says the county aggregation and industrial parks will open up new markets for Kenyan farmers and help reduce post-harvest losses.
We have
signed a number of international trade agreements that opens market access for Kenyan products. But some of them are quota free. You know, that means they are endless. You can export endlessly without any quota.
The county aggregation and industrial parks to be commissioned soon are in Meru, Embu, Wajir, Garissa, Kirinyaga, Busia, Migori and Kisii.
In the next few weeks, we are looking at 8 KIPes being operationalized and commissioned, and we have said that the commissioning will be done at a point where the KIPE is operational. It will not be done for a KIPE that is not producing, that is not operational.
The facilities will feature common user facilities to reduce the cost of doing business.
We work round the clock to provide the necessary support infrastructure, roads, waste management facilities, electricity, water, and so forth.
Benson Drigoba reporting for Prime Edition.
Arise and shine, for indeed your light has come. Each and on Angaza Live, we create a space where faith meets real life.
We bring you guests with powerful and inspiring stories, from gospel ministers to performing artists.
We get to tackle conversations that matter with biblical truth, practical wisdom, and reignite your hope.
I personally make sure you get a dose of the very best of gospel music from East Africa and across the world.
I am your host, Kush Tracy.
And my name is DJ Raf, captain of the Chicka Ones and Twos.
Join us each and every Saturday
from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m.
This is Angaza Live.
In a world where news is ever changing, staying informed.
Join us every week on News Check, your go-to show for the latest in current affairs, breaking news and in-depth analysis.
A warm welcome to KBC News Check.
From politics to global events, we bring you content that matter to you.
We're not just speaking about the governance and how we want to see it, but want to actually participate.
Get your facts, hear from the experts, and really understand what is happening around you.
We need to change our system first.
You have to do the impossible to make sure the message is home.
Stay ahead, stay informed, stay engaged.
Will these people, everybody agree?
Just listen to me. Let's give him a chance to clear the air.
Catch News Check every Tuesday and Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Only on KBC Channel 1.
We are glad you are still watching. Now, journalists are being urged to remain vigilant against misinformation, disinformation, and manipulated digital content that could undermine public trust ahead of the 2027 general election. Media Council of Kenya chairperson Maina Muiruri says journalists should use artificial intelligence to identify manipulated content, analyze data, and strengthen fact-checking as they prepare to cover the elections.
Artificial intelligence is increasingly being used to create and alter images, videos, and other digital content, making it harder for audiences to distinguish fact from falsehood.
Artificial intelligence, which is at the top of this training, presents both a challenge and an opportunity. If used responsibly, AI can help journalists verify information, identify manipulated content.
Muiruri says a report by the Media Council of Kenya shows that 60% of journalists expected to cover the 2027 general election will be doing so for the first time, highlighting the need for training and sensitization.
The roles journalists play become even more critical. Elections are moments when citizens need accurate,
timely and trustworthy information to make informed decisions.
AI has disrupted the world, as you all know, in all sectors. You know that it has rapidly changed how journalists produce, verify, and even distribute information. So during the general election season, AI will help in a lot, and at the same time, there are also some challenges.
He says newsrooms must also work together to counter hate speech and toxic political narratives while strengthening systems for monitoring misinformation during the election period.
Just remember that credibility is not built by technology alone. It is built through accuracy, transparency, fairness, and integrity.
Moirori spoke in Roiro, Kiambu County during a training session for digital media practitioners organized by the Digital Journalists of Kenya under the theme Using AI to Enhance Content Authenticity and Build Information Credibility in a General Election Season. Ndotamo Kami for Prime Edition.
Now, about 80% of Africans believe in Africa's brands, yet only 15% choose African products. This is according to the latest Africa Brand Index baseline report that indicates that this is making African brands fare badly at the point of purchase. South African High Commissioner to Kenya, Salome Zulu Mola, says the loyalty paradox is prohibiting Africa's growth.
The latest World Bank data put Africa's nominal gross domestic product at 3.1 trillion shillings in a market of 1.3 billion people. Despite the rapidly expanding consumer base, only 15% of African products is trading, which is slowing the continent's economic transformation.
Why do investors feel confident entering one market and hesitate about another? Why does a young person somewhere in the world want to wear an African fashion, listen to African music, and watch African films, or build a business on this continent? Perception influences all these decisions.
The future will not answer these questions, but we must answer these questions, because stories are not just words. Stories they shape our markets, they shape diplomacy, they shape confidence, they shape our identity.
According to the report, 71% of the continent's corporate value is concentrated in South Africa, while no single African lifestyle brand ranks among the global top 10.
We need a shared understanding of values and aspirations that we want associated with Africa.
Mola opines there's need to decentralize and spotlight regional hubs like Nairobi, Lagos, Cairo, and Kigali to diversify from South Africa's dominance.
Therefore, the African story must be complete in everything that we do. Communication has to showcase that it's one of the soft powers that we have.
They are calling for rebranding and integration of music, film, fashion, and tourism into one measurable export system. Regina Manyara reporting for KBC Channel 1.
And legislators are concerned that delays, missing materials and rogue contractors for the last mile electricity project are crippling local businesses and negatively impacting households. Parliamentarians want top energy ministry officials summoned to Parliament over delays in electricity connections.
Lawmakers across the political divide have accused head of agencies involved in electricity connectivity and supply of systematic procurement failures over the state of last mile connectivity project.
I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy regarding the delay in the implementation of the last mile connectivity project AFD/EU Lot 7.
The MP said that despite allocation from public coffers, matching grants and foreign funds from the World Bank and European Union, critical infrastructure in their constituencies are incomplete for up to 3 years.
The absence of a clear explanation or revised implementation schedule has further undermined the public confidence in the project. Honorable Speaker, it's against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy on the following matters. 1. The status of the AFD/EU Lot 7 last mile connectivity project, including
percentage of completed works, reasons for the lack of visible implementation across the 26 sites, and whether there are any contractual, financial, technical, administrative or procurement challenges affecting its implementation.
The legislators are accusing several contractors of lacking the capacity to execute big contractors, leaving empty or incomplete works.
I have many projects in my constituency that are being done under this, and they have never taken off. And the people are blaming government on this matter, and yet government did its best. It awarded contracts, but the contractors have never.
65 transformers, which I had asked for in 2013. To date, I have just got about 15, 20. What about the other 50?
Madam Speaker, you go to Kenya Power, it's very difficult to see the CEO. Madam Speaker, there are even some presidential pledges that were approved 3 years ago.
They have resolved to summon Energy Cabinet Secretary Opiyo Wandayi and Energy Principal Secretary Alex Wachira to explanation before they go on recess.
I would propose we have to do a kamkunj with the minister and the CEOs of the concerned ministry, Honorable Speaker. Because this matter, Honorable Members, if you don't address it, it will send majority of you home.
Meanwhile, business and maritime stakeholders are calling for improvement of maritime and logistics efficiency in Mombasa to attract more investment and support trade. Led by officials from the Kenya Maritime Authority and the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, they called on government officials to position Mombasa its traditional role as a transit port and develop a broader maritime and logistics value chain.
What we're trying to look at is, one, in terms of policy, two, in terms of capital movement, how we can help position our investors, our entrepreneurs, manufacturers, logisticians in a better position so that we're able to compete not only regionally but globally and make sure that we offer efficient logistics services and products that are fit for the global market as well.
We are looking at the different sectors in the maritime sector. We are looking at the ship construction, ship repair. We are looking at the ship employment opportunities for our youth. We are looking on bunkering service, ship chandling service, logistics service, how we can be able to bring everyone on board so that we can maximize the benefit of this growth to the industry.
And that's all we had for you from the business desk. My name is Alan Auko. Up next, though, is sports news after this break.
Kuanzia kitambo nilikuwa naongoja hii siku, lakini leo nimefika, nimejisikia vizuri sana.
You might think they are small kids, but some were born with the HIV, so you don't transfer HIV from one child to another.
Hii sio kusafisha, maana hata sasa nikiweka kwa maji haitafanya kazi. Unapasha kwa moto. So makaa inamaliza virus.
Sasa tulimuuliza mwenyewe, akasema anataka kutahiri.
Sasa unajua kijana vile anaenda kutahiri ndiye anakuwa sasa mwanaume.
Let's go to the fields and have a look at the latest in the sports world, where the defending champions, Kenya's Malkia Strikers, opened their 2026 CFVB Women's African Nations Volleyball Championship campaign in emphatic style, sweeping Zambia by 3 straight sets of 25-14, 25-9 and 25-11 on Tuesday night at a Jubilant Kasarani Indoor Arena. Frederick Muoki has the details.
in front of home supporters in Pool A, the host Kenya's Malkia Strikers made their intentions clear from the first whistle as they began their quest for a record-extending 11th continental crown. Powered by a scintillating performance from Elizabeth Masai Sokoio, the Malkia Strikers quickly established a dominant 7-1 lead in the opening set. Despite a timeout called by the Zambian bench, the relentless home team maintained their composure to comfortably take the opener 25-14. Sokoio continued to dictate terms across the court, pushing the scoreboard to commanding 28 advantage. Capitalizing on the secure cushion, the technical bench took the opportunity to rotate the squad, introducing Terry Tata and Immaculate Nekesa to maintain the high-octane pressure. Kenya Malkia Strikers closed out the second frame 25-9. Flawless defensive blocks and sharp attacking lines overwhelmed the visitors, with Kenya wrapping up the set 25-11 to seal a comprehensive straight set victory.
And congratulations to Malkia Strikers. Kenyan athlete Tabitha Wanjiru clinched a bronze medal in the girls' 3,000 meters as the Association of National Olympic Committees of Africa and Anoka Zone 5 games entered their second day at Kenyatta University. The race was won by Ethiopia's Yordanos Sigurab, who clocked 9 minutes, 36 and 64 seconds.
The Anoka Zone 5 games entered day 2 at the Kenyatta University with athletic center stage. Kenyan athlete Tabitha Wanjiru delivered a determined performance but had to settle for third place behind Ethiopia's and Uganda's Jelimo Karen. Siga produced the winning run, crossing the finish line in 9 minutes 36. While Uganda's Jelimo Karen claimed 9 minutes 41.72 seconds. Bronze added to Kenya's medal haul as athletes from across the region continue to battle for winners. Rick Mwoki for Prime Edition.
And Stanley Ngogi will be among the leading contenders as the 2026 Loop Safari Gravel Cycling Series heads to the coast round of the CAF Beach Soccer. Sorry, let me take that again, where Stanley Ngogi will be among the leading contenders as the 2026 Loop Safari Gravel Cycling Series head to the coast for the third leg at Vipingo Ridge in Kilifi County. In the 100 kilometers, will be joined in men's elite field by Ivan Kipruto and Dan Kiptala, who took part in the Eversberg Gravel 2026 in Sweden earlier this month alongside Ngogi. The 19-year-old Ngogi will be seeking to challenge Uganda's Jordan Schleck, who has dominated the Vipingo course after winning the 2024 and 2025 editions of the race. Elsewhere, Kenya will face Libya in the first round of the CAF Beach Soccer Africa Cup of Nations Senegal 2026 qualifiers, following the official draw held at the CAF headquarters in Cairo, Egypt. 16 nations will compete in the first round for 7 places at the continental finals, with the host and defending champion Senegal already guaranteed a place. The 2 first round winners will advance to the second stage, where they will join 12 exempted teams in the battle for qualification. The Beach Soccer Africa Cup of Nations Senegal 2026 will be held from the 7th to the 15th of November this year.
Mauritius will play against Angola, and the first leg will be played in Mauritius. Kenya will play the first leg at home. Against pot 1. We take one, we take one ball from.
I mean, look, we've been here for the last 58 minutes giving you nothing but the latest in the world of business, sports, as well as general news. Well, that's how we do it tonight. Thank you so very much indeed for joining us tonight, and of course for joining us live from our national headquarters. KBC, you have been watching the most trusted newscast this side of the world. My name is O'Brien Kimani. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good night.
The wait. KBC iko Huduma Center. Kupata huduma za KBC imekuwa rahisi. From digital guidance and signet services to booking of commercial adverts and documentaries. Visit our dedicated desks at Huduma Center GPO, Times Square, Makadara, Tunakungoja hapo. Whether it's a casual announcement or a specialized media solution for your business, we are here to serve you. KBC at Huduma Centers, moving closer to you. Your service.
Gaela Tikaya la patrona. Gilda. For the men and women of substance, Mambo ni matatu. 1 KBC Saturday and 3 Rumba. Rumba. Nimeingia ndani ya nyumba, ndani ya kipindi. Rumba, muziki tamu sana. Every Saturday from 10 p.m. to midnight. Simeon Mfumu Kimbangu, the Rumba Supreme Leader. Mato Sibor mwenyewe. Rumba ya kipindi over Congo, KBC Channel 1, Toleka.